If a Wildcat and a Bear get in a fight, who wins? A few more seconds, I'll tell you. What is up again, college sports fans, fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Coos, and welcome to another edition of Coos' Corner, your go-to channel for college sports with a heavy dose of those West Virginia Mountaineers. Before I get into today's show, which is my preview of the Kansas State-Baylor game coming up on Saturday, I want to ask that you please press that red subscribe button. It's absolutely free, doesn't cost you a cent. Please give me the thumbs up if you like the video. Please share this with your college sports loving friends and family that like to watch YouTube, and even if they don't, introduce them to YouTube. But let's get on with the show. Kansas State-Baylor. This is a very intriguing game, and if you like to watch teams with good running backs, this is a game for you. You got two of the top running backs in the Big 12 going head-to-head with Abram Smith and Deuce Vaughn. This game really intrigues me for multiple reasons. Number one, you've got Kansas State on a 4-game winning streak, and you've got Baylor, who have won 4 of their last 5. Their only loss was to TCU, which was kind of a fluke game in a way. It was the week Gerry Patterson got let go at TCU. They had a new starting quarterback in Morris. A lot of emotion in that game. And I think that kind of propelled TCU to a victory, honestly. Gerry Bohannon from Baylor threw 2 interceptions in that game. That's unlike him. Heck, he's only thrown 6 the entire season. I think TCU overperformed that day. I think it was, with all the emotion involved, they just came out and just played their best game. And Baylor probably didn't see it coming, and probably may not have been prepared for Morris at quarterback. And I think it just the stars aligned, so to speak, for TCU to win that game. This game, however, both teams have a lot to play for, especially Baylor, who's still in the hunt to win the Big 12 and still has a long shot at getting in the CFP. Then you got Kansas State, who really maybe a small chance of winning the conference still. They just want they have a chance to get to a 9-win season. So there's a lot to play for there as well. But you look at the stats in this game, the team stats. You've got points per game. Baylor 35.4, Kansas State 28.9. Points allowed per game. Baylor 19.9, Kansas State 21.1. Total yards, Baylor 453.1, Kansas State 371.2. Yards passing, Baylor 215.6, Kansas State 211.7. Yards rushing, Baylor 237.5, Kansas State 159.5. Yards allowed, Baylor 353.7, Kansas State 340.8. Passing yards allowed, Baylor 231.8, Kansas State 227.5. Rushing yards allowed, Baylor 121.9, Kansas State 113.3. Kansas State's run defense has been really stout. Well, heck, Baylor's has too, for that matter. But these two teams statistically are really close. The biggest difference is the rushing yards. Baylor's rushing the ball 238 yards a game, basically, to Kansas State's only rushing about 160. I think that's the difference right there. Gerry Bohannon, you look at Abram Smith, for example, 164 carries, 1,203 yards, 11 touchdowns. Now, Deuce Vaughn's having a good year himself. 179 carries, 987 yards, 13 touchdowns. Abram Smith's averaging over 5, almost 6 yards a carry this year. The guy's just on fire. Gerry Bohannon is not making mistakes. Like I said, he's only thrown 6 interceptions on the season, and 2 of those were in one game. I really think Baylor is a better football team in this game. The game is at Bill Snyder Stadium in Manhattan, Kansas. So Kansas State has a home field advantage. Kansas State doesn't beat themselves. They're a good, sound, fundamental football team. They have that defensive end who leads the nation in sacks in Uzoma. Here's a kicker. Baylor has only given up 8 sacks the entire season. So they're not prone to give up sacks. So I think that neutralizes Uzoma. Their running game, I think, can be successful against Kansas State because they've basically been successful against everyone this year. I mean, even in the TCU game that they lost, Smith had about 125 yards rushing. So I just think Baylor is the better football team. And if you look at all of Kansas State's wins in conference, they've all been against basically the bottom half of the Big 12. Texas Tech, West Virginia, Kansas, and TCU. All three losses are against Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and Iowa State. So, and I think Baylor's in that upper echelon of the conference. I think they're just a better team. This game is a pick'em game, according to Vegas. Basically, you got Kansas State at -1. The over-under on the game is only 50, believe it or not. But I just think Baylor's offense is going to be able to move the ball pretty well. So my score prediction for this game, the Baylor Bears 34, the Kansas State Wildcats 28. And I think the Bears win the fight. They're going to come into this game motivated. They're playing for a chance at the Big 12 championship, and I think they're just a better team. Baylor wins 34-28. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree with my prediction? Do you disagree with my prediction? Put your score prediction in the comments, please. Don't forget to subscribe once again. If you like this video, go ahead and give me the thumbs up button, please. And I really appreciate you tuning in to this video. And until next time.